I am John Batdorf, and I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm traveling through here in Long Island. It's my last day of a 3-week tour, and I'm very, very happy to be here. And I'm going to be playing some songs from my old records and some stuff from my new CDs. And this is something I wrote back when I was 18 years old, a long time ago, 20 years or so ago, I think it was at least. It's called Let Me Go. It was on the first Batdorf and Rodney album. Never thought that life would be the way it turned out to be. How was I to know? How was I to know? Roads leading everywhere to places meant for learning. A never-ending flow. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Judgment Day is every day, temptations always yearning. Living high to low, living high to low. Today should be my best day, all my yesterdays are burning. We never cease to grow. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Smile when tomorrow comes, and let there be no morning. Make the darkness glow. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. let me go. Thank you. There are people here. Thank you.
Hi, this is Traveling Through Long Island, and our guest today is the amazing coup that we pulled off is John Batdorf, formerly of Batdorf and Rodney, Batdorf and somebody else.
McLean, Silver,
and now John Batdorf, and here he is. He just put on an incredible concert for us. And so we get to talk. I was not going to dwell on the Batdorf and Rodney days because I thought that would be like a little rude, but apparently there's an interesting story with how you met Mark Rodney.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure you'll find it interesting, but...
I'll try and pay attention. Go.
The only way we met, we both actually lived in L.A., but didn't know each other. We went to the same private school. It was not really a school. It was kind of where derelicts went that couldn't go to school, real school. And so about, I think it was like 17, I met a girl who was a runaway from Las Vegas. Her name was Marjorie. And we kind of hit it off, and we lived together for almost a year. And I was working as a waiter at a vegetarian restaurant, and then, you know, doing music and recording at night.
And you were how old?
I was 17. So I told her that, I said, you know, I really don't want to work anymore because it's really, you know, I was only working 3 days a week, and I was making enough money in tips back then to pay rent. And so she goes, listen, you know, my parents live in Las Vegas, is where she ran away from. She was 16. She goes, why don't we go stay at their house in Las Vegas? I'm thinking, I don't see how that's really going to be a really good idea since, you know, she ran away. Here she's bringing this, you know, look what the cat drug in. Because I looked a little different back then. And turned out they were Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes. But they were open enough to, you know, somewhat accept me. But I won them over by singing for them. There was a little cocktail hour at night, and I would go out and sing to them. And they really liked it. And somehow I heard about there was an opening at University of Las Vegas in a coffee shop. And I would serve Cokes on the break, and then I would go up and sing my songs and do some cover songs. And there was a guy who just kept bugging me, said he wanted to jam with me. And I wanted to be a solo. I wasn't there to be in a band. I'd already done all that. I didn't want to do it anymore. This guy was so insistent and kind of a scary-looking guy to begin with. And so I finally said, well, okay, it was like the last set. And so we started playing together. And it was just this magical thing that happened. And he was there from LA too, living with his father, just for a couple of months. So just by chance, we were both in Vegas at the same time. Right. But because of that, last May, we were inducted into the Las Vegas Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
oh, wow.
Cool. We were just passing through, but I guess it was good enough.
See, passing through, traveling through, there's like a theme in your life.
Kind of went full circle with recording and writing. And in 2006, after I had really, about 30 years of not making records, I made a CD called Home Again, and did a reversion of one of the songs we did in '72. And I wanted to make a record that kind of sounded like something that was maybe from that era, because that's where I was from. And this is one of the songs that easily could have been on an early Batdorf and Rodney record. And it's a song about those who struggle from substance abuse and any kind of self-destructive behavior, and what a struggle it is each day. And it's called I Don't Always Win. I'd be a liar if I said that I'm all right. There's no denying that I'm better than I've been. But every hour I'm alone, it's still a fight that I don't always win. No need to tell me what will happen if I lose. I know the hell that will await me once again. But it's a battle, that's the reason for these blues, that I don't always win. No, I don't always win. Such a sweet companion when I feel abandoned, keeps poisoning this canyon called my life. So where will you be when I go another round? Have you decided yet whose corner you'll be in? If it's a champion you think you might have found, well, I don't always win. Still that sweet companion when I feel abandoned, keeps poisoning this canyon called my life. Yeah. Do 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 do. Every victory has a cost. If I think I'm winning, I've already lost. I'd be a liar if I said that I'm all right. There's no denying that I'm better than I've been. But every hour that I'm alone, it's still a fight that I don't always win. No, I don't always win. Thank you. Thanks. Wow, thanks. You know, when I was a young guy, I always wanted to be a singer, and I used to sing with my dad when I was, 5 years old. He used to take me into nightclubs and sing. I was little Johnny, and I'd go in and sing Hound Dog and Blue Suede Shoes, and probably be arrested for that now, but it was fun for me then. And my dad was a musician and made a couple of records for a country label called Starday. And he told me that, that if I was going to do this for a living, that there was one important thing I needed to figure out. And he said, when you're done singing the song, are they clapping because you're good or because you're done? I've probably done both in my life. Anyway, this is called Don't Tell Me Goodbye. Tell me I was wrong. You can look me in the eye and tell me I'm to blame and how I need to change, but don't tell me goodbye. Tell me how I failed and tell me what to do, and tell me it's a crime and all the fault is mine, but don't tell me we're through. You can tell me what we built was broken carelessly, and it all was me. You can beat me with the words I've spoken, and I'll take it willingly. Tell me how you hurt, and all the reasons why. Just tell me in advance, I don't deserve a chance, but don't tell me goodbye. Tell me not to speak, that nothing I could say could make up or explain or ever heal the pain, but don't say there's no way. Tell me just how long I will have to try to show you I'm sincere. Tell me that it's years, but don't tell me goodbye. You can tell me there's a million reasons you believe that it's time to leave. Tell me it could be a million seasons, and I'll hold on patiently. Tell me what you need. Just tell me and I'll try. Tell me you're unsure, my promise will endure, but don't tell me goodbye. Never loved anybody like you in my whole life, whole life. I can see I've got so much to do to make it all right. Tell me I was cruel and how I made you cry. Say it might be years until I dry those tears, but don't tell me goodbye. Say you wait and see if there's a you and me, but don't tell me goodbye. Tell me you're not sure you love me anymore, but don't tell me goodbye. Okay, take another drink here. Make sure this guy's going to stay there. This next song is something that I wrote in 1972 when I was with Batdorf and Rodney, and we all lived in a band house, which was really cool. Had this great old house in Hollywood and had a great front porch. I used to sit out there and play my guitar all the time. And after we got back from a tour, I was inspired to write this song and ended up re-recording it in 2006 on my appropriately called Home Again CD. So this song is called Home Again. Opened up the daylight found me sitting underneath an old tree. Clearing up what once was cloudy, knowing most of all I'm happy. All my life I've waited for this day. I am home again. And all my life you helped me find the way. I am home again. Have a new direction facing. Now I'm sought instead of chasing. Time to slow down, no more racing. Spend some time at home embracing. All my life I've waited for this day. I am home again. Ooh, and all my life you helped me find the way. I am home again. Ooh. Nothing in the air but singing. Music plays in harmony. Everything around is ringing. Oh, happiness at last found me. Happiness at last found me. Yeah. Happiness at last found me. Oh, happiness at last found me. Oh, all my life I've waited for this day. I am home again. Ooh, and all my life you helped me find the way. I am home again. Well, thank you. Thanks. And that was for Pete Fornatel. Rest in peace. Used to play that a lot in the old days, and every Thanksgiving I heard he played it, and I'm going to miss him.
So I want to talk about some of the music that you did.
Yes.
You sang Home Again,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that that was on an old album.
Yes.
And you reworked that for solo. And so I was kind of expecting it to be like an older type of a song that you would sing in the 70s.
Right.
But it's like a wise song. It's the song of somebody your age now. How'd you get there?
You know, I don't know. And I listen back to those albums because I wrote the songs from, I think the earliest song on there was something I wrote when I was almost 17. Because we did the album when I was 18, and so I already had, I had about 25 or 30 songs written. And we picked what we thought were the best ones. And I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you recognize that it's pretty smart, you know?
Well, when you look back now, then it just seemed like it was the thing to write. But when you look now, you look at kids that are 17 and 18, you go, I mean, even the playing that we did, I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but I mean, for our age, the songs and the singing, the playing were way beyond our years.
This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was just a thing that you know, it's really unexplainable.
Does it have anything to do with you being a wild child?
No, I was never really too wild a child. I was a little wilder when I first went to LA than Beaver Creek, Ohio.
And so 2012, this year, is devoted to promoting and supporting, I think you said, this latest CD, One Last Wish.
Yes.
I'm holding it up for the camera.
Sideways, though, holding it.
What do you mean? Oh, but it says One Last
okay,
Wish this way.
Yes, it does.
Okay, but it's sideways.
We're trying to be artsy.
Here's his face. Here's the name.
Thank you.
Okay. And try to make me unprofessional. And on this is, what do you got is not on this one?
That was on my last one.
I love that song.
Thank
What
you.
do you got? You'll hear that if you haven't already. It's an incredible song, and it's absolutely true. Perhaps a little thinking highly of yourself. But
Well, it all is all tongue in cheek. I mean,
yeah.
And it was really funny. I wrote the song, and it is a funny, you know,
It
thing.
is a funny song.
And I did a festival called Live Oak Festival in Santa Barbara, and it was the first time when I sang the song, and there was a lot of people there. I had an 8 a.m. slot. I'm thinking, oh, this is a horrible time, but it was a great time because they broadcast the festival throughout the park. So when they think is good on, they'll run there in their pajamas to see them. So I had about 50 people to start. Before I knew it, there was 300 people there, and they were so, it was just great, with their coffee and then when I did What Do You Got, and I said, You Got Me, the whole place erupted in laughter. I mean they kind of got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this one guy came up to me after the show. He goes, "Man, I really felt bad. It's such a tender moment in the song, and everyone's laughing." I go, "But they're supposed to." It's funny. My girl worries that the worst is coming. How can we live on next to nothing? Well, she's busy stretching out every dollar. So no more gourmet coffee or bottled water. And I'm telling her, what do you got when the well runs dry? What do you got when you can't get by? What do you got when the mortgage rises unaccountably? Oh, what do you got when the cupboard's bare? What do you got in the Frigidaire? What do you got when there's nothing there? Well, you got me. Ain't that enough? Well, you got me. Well, my kids focus too much on pleasure. They think Dad's sitting on a buried treasure. Well, I got a message that might surprise them. when their old man can't subsidize them. And I'm telling them, what do you got when the checks all bounce? What do you got, kid, that really counts? What do you got when the banks announce you're a liability? Oh, what do you got when you're overdrawn? What do you got when your credit's gone? What do you got that keeps hanging on? You got me, ain't that enough? Well, you got me. Guess I made a promise back when she was 23 that I'd be there to answer every call. And even though I couldn't see that there'd be times like these, I have learned what to say. It's been my way to say it all. Ooh. Oh, what do you got when you're overdrawn? What do you got when your credit's gone? What do you got that keeps hanging on for eternity? Oh, what do you got when it's all a mess? What do you got now that's not worth less? What do you got they can't repossess? You got me. Oh, what do you got when it turns pitch black? What do you got when there's no Prozac? What do you got when you ain't got jack? Can't you see? What do you got when your dreams get squashed? What do you got when your wires get crossed? What do you got now that won't get lost? You got me, ain't that enough? You got me. Thank you. Thanks. I would like to do something that's on my brand new CD, which is called One Last Wish. And it's a song about, I write a lot of songs about my life, but some songs you just have to kind of make up, fictional songs. And this song is definitely a fictional song, and it's based upon a family that has a mother who is in rehab, and she's about to come home, and how the family is preparing for the mom to be home. And it's called Mama's Coming Home Tonight. Make your beds and I'll take out the trash. Find that disc of Crosby, Stills and Nash. Put the flowers in the vase. Put those books back in the case. Clean this place up, Mama's coming home tonight. We'll feed the cat and give the dog a bath. And what's that joke that always made her laugh? Put on your Sunday best. I get my best blue jeans pressed. Gotta look fine, 'cause Mama's coming home tonight. Bet she's been wondering if we've been alright while she's been recovering. She might be scared to reunite. Your Mama's coming home tonight. Well, she may be a little hard to read, so let her know that one thing's guaranteed. We're gonna love her more than we ever did before. We're so glad, 'cause Mama's coming home tonight. Yeah, she's been working and she's had to fight. And she's been searching for ways to hang on to the light. Your Mama's coming home tonight. There may be times when you should sit and hold her hand. Don't have to say a single word. She needs to rediscover just how much we all love her. Always, forever. Well, if you need to know, I'll make it clear. Well, I'm not going anywhere but here. I only want one life with my kids and with my wife. We'll be fine, 'cause Mama's coming home tonight. Yeah, she's my hero, and she won't lose this fight. And for me and our family, I'm sure we're gonna be alright, 'cause Mama's coming home tonight. Mama's coming home tonight. Thank you.
You made a point of saying that that Mama's Coming Home Tonight
Yes.
was a fictional song.
Yes.
Does that mean the other stuff is real?
Some of it is, yes. Some of the stuff is very, very real, especially
Yeah.
on this album. This was a very, very interesting year. One of the more roller coaster years I've ever had, with illness and death, baby being born, a marriage, all, you know, the extremes up and
Yeah.
down. But, you know,
It's life.
it is. That's
It's life.
real life. There's a song right there. It talks all about it.
Real life, you didn't do it here.
I
So
did not.
if you want to hear it, you're going to have to buy the CD. You're going to want to do that anyway, because it's just amazing. I don't fall in love with music. I fall in love with words, and I fell in love with every one of these songs
Oh,
that
thank
you've
you.
done. I don't know how you decide that you're going to do that forever, especially at 16 and 17, but I'm glad you did.
I think it just kind of found me. I was
Yeah?
lucky enough to be there and catch it.
The song you did, Don't Give Up on Dreams, do you really think you ever gave up on your dreams?
No, I never did.
And do you think that you've achieved them? Because I do.
Well, somebody asked me, I was just in Missouri a couple weeks ago, and a guy asked me if I had any bitterness about not being a bigger band, and would I have wanted to, you know, be as big as the other bands were. And I said, well, to be honest, I don't know if I would want to change the way my life turned out. And if that would have happened, who knows what would have happened, you know? So I'm very happy, and I still have my dream. I love doing music, and somehow I've been able to, you know, fall into opportunities and be ready when the opportunities knocked. And I was able to continue to earn money as a musician. And
To be a working musician is one of the most amazing achievements. I mean, I've seen people who are just starting out and people who've been doing it for a long time and still waiting for their break. And you've had breaks, and then you've had a career, and I think there's a difference. You know, to be able to make a long-term career out of your music
Yeah.
is the heights to me.
it's been great. It's been
Yeah.
a charmed life.
It's a charmed life.
Writing songs to me is still so fascinating, and I have no idea why one person gets inspired to write this. Or I mean, it's fascinating. So I'm sitting there and just playing this melody, and I thought, wow, I think this is a song that wants to come out. And so I wrote this song and made the album. It's actually the first cut on the album, and it's called "Don't Give Up on Dreams." And even though it's not about me, when I was a young kid in Beaver Creek, Ohio, from the moment I saw the Beatles, I really wanted to be a musician and actually make a living at it my whole life. And I held on to that dream, and I still have it. It's the passion that drives me. I love music so much. And so even though this isn't about me, I have not given up on my dreams, and you shouldn't ever. Here we go. I've been looking for a reason to rise each day. Something worth believing to get me on my way. Try to find some inspiration day and night. Trying so hard to keep from wasting this part of my life. Then a momentary but extraordinary thought came oh so very strong to me, that I might try digging up some dreams that I had buried when I gave up on dreams. When I gave up on dreams. Spent a lot of time chasing that elusive dream career. I was always racing to get richer every year. Dreams about the legacy I'd leave this world were right beside the dreams about a true and perfect girl. She'd be luminary, and someday we would marry, and her light would carry me for years. And that dream came true until the day she slipped away. Then, well, I gave up on dreams. The only dreams I had worth dreaming were with that woman by my side. I thought if I gave up on dreams, my heart could run away and hide. I've been looking for a reason to rise up each day. Something worth believing to get me on my way. Funny that it shined a light subconsciously. Well, she appeared in a dream last night and said to me, oh my love, don't give up on dreams. Just because it seems you're all alone and I'm not there. Since our only time together's when you're dreaming. Well, don't give up on dreams. Ooh. Don't give up on dreams. Ooh. Don't give up on dreams. Thank you. Thanks a lot.